Welcome back. We are on day 4 of Vlogmas, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today we are going to get into the city. I'm going to grab some food and hit a holiday market and then grab some groceries. So today is very food-centric, which is good because I like food. If you're new here, welcome. I am Alexis. I'm a full-time artist. That begging is the incessant construction that's been happening in our building for the past 3 years. It's fine. That's why I'm going to get out of here. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome. I am Alexis. I'm a full-time artist in Brooklyn, New York. On this channel, typically I share art and inspiration, activism, and if that sounds like something that you're into, I invite you to stick around. But I want to get my shoes on, and I'm going to get out the door because I have had a bit of a slow start, and I think it's going to just add to the number of people we encounter on the street. So let's get going. Wouldn't you know it, there's another penny. Newbar Cafe is one of my favorite spots in the city. Before COVID, they had a whole back wall that was just like all print magazines and newspapers, and you could go and get something to read while you sat at one of their tables. And now it's just like a really wonderful spot that you can bring your own book to read at. If you can find a table, they have delicious food, great coffee, and the vibe in there is just always really cozy. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite cafes here in New York. They have a sandwich here that is absolutely to die for. That is like beets and goat cheese and walnut raisin bread, and it's just my favorite thing. And every year, this time of year, I love the tree stands that pop up on the sidewalks. And after I ate, I walked around the Union Square holiday market for a minute, and when I tell you that I've only ever come after work or like on a weekend, and it has been shoulder to shoulder, cannot move. This was a delight. It was so spacious and there were so few people here. So if you are ever in New York and you're looking to check out a holiday market, if you are able to go on a weekday when most people, I guess, are working their typical 9 to 5, yo, do it because it makes it so much more luxurious. But when I first moved to New York, I loved these holiday markets. They felt so specific to New York that they just like added to the magic of the holiday, and I loved it. I love it so much. I used to go get a peppermint latte from Starbucks and just walk around and really have this like, I live in New York moment. But I'll be honest, your girl does not drink Starbucks anymore because we're boycotting and your dollars mean something. So I got the coffee at the Newbar Cafe, and then I enjoyed my walk through the holiday market. But I don't know, man, there's something about this season in New York City that just feels so magical. And after I left the market, I walked over to Trader Joe's and I stocked up on some much needed groceries. Oop, there's my social anxiety face. Alright, so we're back in Brooklyn, and overall I think today was a huge success. I found a seat at my cafe, I did some reading, I walked through a holiday market, and I got some things from Trader Joe's. So all in all, 10 out of 10 day. Let's get this unpacked. I don't know, people like to see hauls, and I'm just taking you along on my days. So I'll show you what I got, and then we'll get this stuff put away, and we'll get this vlog wrapped up. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. All right, let's see what we got here. call that a pretty successful haul. Lots of things for like snacks and lunch. A couple of the frozen things are solid with dinner with like a little ad. Before I left teaching, I never went to Trader Joe's. I went one time in the summertime at 14th Street near NYU, and it was like, before there were many locations in the city, and it was a total nightmare. Like, overcrowded, you had to shop while you waited in line, and I was just like super overwhelmed, and I never went back. And I don't shop at Whole Foods because it's too expensive. But somehow in my brain, I had conflated Whole Foods and Trader Joe's to be like the same price point. And as I was leaving teaching, I was like, yo, I really got to get this like grocery bill in check. And I remember having a conversation with my supervisor, who was also in the process of leaving, and we were like, how are we going to do this? And it is so cheap. If I go to our neighborhood grocery store, which is just like your basic run-of-the-mill New York grocery store, one thing of pasta is like $3 to $4. Just like this is $3 or $4. And at Trader Joe's, it's $1. I remember the first time I went, because I was like, okay, I can't go on the weekend and I can't go after work because it was really just like overstimulating. And then I wanted to take a chance and like actually see what all the hoopla was about once I left teaching. And so when I left teaching, I went on like midday Tuesday, kind of like today. Is today, but maybe today's Wednesday, I don't know. But I went and I remember comparing a receipt from Trader Joe's with our grocery store here in the neighborhood, and I was like, holy cow, we saved like 50%. So I ain't going back. Between Trader Joe's and Costco, that's where we like to do most of our shopping. Because when we go to our neighborhood grocery store, it's like $60 for like 3 things. And I got all of this for $60 at Trader Joe's. So if you, like me, have not yet like wrapped your brain around what Trader Joe's actually is, maybe we're late to the game, I highly recommend it. I am like still shocked every time I go and how much we can get for so little. So during this time where grocery bills are outrageous, listen to me, I'm like 41 and talking about grocery bills. But they're outrageous. And if you're trying to make your dollar squeeze a little bit longer, Trader Joe's is like a lifesaver here in the city. So I'm gonna get all of this put away and then I'm just gonna do some work here, but I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks for spending your afternoon with me, even if it was like grocery shopping and eating lunch. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please give this a thumbs up. That helps YouTube know that there's something happening here and they're more likely to share me with more people like you. Any engagement helps. I truly love every time you leave a comment and I get to know who you are a little bit more. And if you feel so inclined and want to subscribe, I would be truly honored if you joined us here in this little corner of the internet. But I'm gonna do all of this and say lastly, whatever time of day you've watched this, I hope it's been a kind one. Until next time.